Hi, Lauryn. Thank you so much for being here with us today. How are you?
Hello, I'm great. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Thank you so much. So, I'm in our office in Milan, and you are connecting from your school in Salerno, right?
Yes, correct.
Amazing. Okay, so I will first of all ask you to briefly introduce yourself, please.
All right. I'm Lauren Amanette. I come from the United States, and here this is my first time to be in Italy through this program.
Amazing. Is it your first time in Italy in general?
Yes, in general.
Oh, so beautiful. And tell me, you are a college student, right? Can you tell me a bit more about what are you doing back home?
Yes, I go to the University of Tennessee Southern, and I study history back home and archaeology and medieval, ancient Greek, Roman.
So cool. I mean, I can definitely see why you wanted to come to Italy. I will ask you because I want to know from you, but I can already pretty easily see the connection with our country. Which year are you currently enrolled in, Lorraine?
My third year of university.
Oh, okay. Nice, nice, nice. So, can I ask you? I know that in your university, since it's quite small, there were no study abroad programs available. So, can I ask you what made you decide that you wanted to have this experience? And in particular, what you were hoping to get out of this?
I decided that I wanted to study abroad and try to find a place outside of my own country because I love to travel and to explore and to see the world. And especially with the history that I study here in Italy, I can be surrounded by just the different sites and archaeology sites, and everything here is just so different.
Okay, okay. So basically, it was pretty much connected on the academic level. And
Yes,
on a
yes.
personal level, you said you like to travel. Okay. Was it your first time this far away from home for so long? Because you're staying here for 16 weeks, right?
Mhm.
Okay. Was it
Yes.
the first time?
It is. It's my first time this far away from home by myself for this long. I've traveled to other places in the States, but never across the seas.
Okay, okay, I can see. So it was a pretty big deal for you, I imagine.
Yes, it was.
Okay, and when you decided that you want to do this experience, I know that one of your university counselors reached out to us, and so they offered you our programs, our study abroad program specifically. What made you pick our program? Other like you could have picked any other program external to your university. What made it click for you that it was a good fit?
Between the different places that I've reached out to and that I've tried to find a fit in a program for, the Italianforawhile, the people that first contacted me, they were kind and friendly, and they got back to me so fast. It was like not even a week later, I had heard back from them, and it was very helpful to me.
Okay, so it was important to feel like there was someone that you could rely on, basically.
Yes, and a good connection and good people.
Okay, nice. And my other question was like, why Italy? But I think you already answered to me. So now I'm gonna ask you, I know that you are doing classes in Salerno. How are you specifically like in Salerno?
I really enjoy it here. I really love it. It's a beautiful little city. The coast is beautiful, and all the people I've met are so kind and welcoming that I think it's the perfect place to come and study.
Nice. And now I think it's like spring weather, so and it's getting better and better. So I think you picked the right moment to visit there. Also, because you're gonna stay till May, so the perfect time. Because then
Yes.
maybe a bit later on during the year, it's gonna be, of course, warmer. So I think now it's just like the perfect fit. Have you visited any other city in Italy or maybe in Europe now that you're here?
I've been to Napoli and explored it some, and to Caserta, to the royal palace there.
Nice. Have you been with the school? Because I know that in your study abroad program, there are some excursions and museum visits.
Yes.
So did you go with them already or, okay, so you went with them.
I went to Napoli and Caserta with just me and my friend that I met here, but I've also been to Eckerlano and Paestum with the school.
Okay. I'm gonna ask you about this later.
Okay.
For now, I wanted to know, I know that you're doing 3 classes. So you're doing the Italian course, because it's always the core for all our students, no matter if you're doing a gap program or a study abroad, Italian, it's always at the core, because you have to be able to know it, to be immersed in the culture. But then you are also doing 3 classes with 3 credits each. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay, so you're doing History 1, History 2, and then what are you doing? You're doing Classical Archeology. Nice,
Yes.
but the third one you began this week.
Yes.
Okay,
Correct.
so how are you liking these classes?
I really enjoy them. I feel like I'm learning a lot, and from a perspective that it would be more difficult to get back home because
I love it. This was exactly my next question. Like, I want to know, being in Italy, how is it making a difference for you?
on an educational standpoint, it's so helpful to be here because I can study the history in these places and then I can go visit them and see it for myself and look at the ancient architecture and the sites. And for the classical archaeology class, for example, I can also see how the archaeology is being done, how they're excavating and preserving all these beautiful places.
Okay, amazing. And what made you choose specifically these 3 classes? Like, were there others that you were interested in? And why did you at the end pick these ones?
There were several classes and they all seem very interesting. But for me, I hope one day to work in archaeology, maybe come back to Italy and work on one of the sites here. And so the archaeology class, of course, I was like, oh, I have to take that one. And then the history classes sort of go hand in hand with it because what I learn in those classes, I can apply to my archaeology class. And so they work together so great.
Amazing, so beautiful. And tell me about the excursions that you are doing.
I did one with my archaeology class already. We went to Eckerlano.
Nice, beautiful. Did you like it?
I did. It was a beautiful city, and walking through the ancient ruins and looking and seeing for myself how it all was just so perfect.
Since you told me that you started your archaeology class this Monday, so I mean, today it's Friday, so it's only been 5 days. What are your expectations for this class? Like, what are you most looking forward to?
I think I would be most looking forward to learning all of, the archaeology techniques, the way it's done here in Italy as opposed to back home, and then the excursions that come with it and the sites that I can see.
Okay, do you already know what are going to be the next excursions or they're going to tell you week by week?
I have a schedule for it, but I don't know if it's exactly. I know I have one back to Napoli to the Archeology Museum there, and then to the museum here in Salerno.
Nice.
And other sites.
Okay, so you kind of already have an idea. Amazing.
Yes.
And was it important in your decision to know that you were not only studying and getting the credits, but you were also physically going to see these sites?
I think it is important for me because learning about history and about the archaeology is one thing, but then seeing it and experiencing it for yourself, it can be a whole other thing and can really, for me, like enlighten me to things I couldn't have seen before.
Beautiful. And this is like the best thing ever that we could hear from one of our students. So we are so happy to know that you're like really having a good time. I know that once you're going to be back home to your university, they will directly recognize your credits. So they will be the one in charge of transferring you the 12 credits that you are earning while you're here. How important it is for you to know that, of course, you're having a great experience on a personal level away from home, but also that your academic progress is not going to be delayed because you're here studying.
That is, I mean, it was important for me to come here and to have those credits back home because I didn't want to feel like I was missing out on a year where I could be getting credits or I'd have to go back for an extra semester. And so it just works out perfectly that I can come here and learn and have all of that recognized back home.
Yeah, it's like best of both worlds, right?
Yes, exactly.
And that's exactly why we're so happy to be offering this further opportunity to our students. I wanted to ask you about your Italian classes now. How is it going?
Okay. The Italian class is really great. It's very helpful for me to learn not only grammar and more technical parts of the language that I need to know, but also it's a place where I can practice speaking it more with other people in the class and with my professors and to grow my confidence. It's been very helpful.
Absolutely. And were you a complete beginner when you arrived? I guess so, right?
I studied a tiny little bit back home, but nothing like basically beginner.
Okay, nice. So you did like the placement test at the beginning, I guess, and you were placed in which level?
A2.
Okay, so not a complete beginner. Brava. And you studied it on your own while you were
I
back
did.
home? Or... Bravissima. Okay. So you see, this is the proof that if you already start doing things on your own before arriving here, it can already make the difference. And
It
so
really can.
I'm so happy to hear that. Do you think that living here while doing classes is actually accelerating the way in which you're learning the language, or like have you seen any difference compared to if you were doing a class at home?
I think certainly for sure, because everywhere here, if I go to a restaurant or a store or I just sit out by the beach, everybody, of course, it's Italy, they're speaking Italian. And so I get to hear it more. And people that talk to me, I don't always understand, but I try. And I get this experience that I otherwise don't have an opportunity to get.
Okay, so you feel like you are really being immersed in a language and that is like accelerating the whole process.
I think so. I believe so.
Amazing. And what about the people at school? Like, are you finding people that you can connect with? Which languages do they speak? How's it going there?
All the people I've met at the school, the other students, have been so great and kind and from all over the world. My closest friend I've met here is from Switzerland.
Nice.
Yes, and I knew nothing about Switzerland when I came. So not only am I learning about Italy, but as I get closer to her, I learn more about her country and her culture. And it's same with my other friends I've met here. I met a girl from the Netherlands and somebody from Germany. And it's so interesting, all the different people I'm meeting.
So beautiful. Thank you. And are you speaking in English with them, or are you maybe trying to speak in Italian? What do you do when you go out? You just like try to challenge yourself, or how does it work?
We try to speak to each other in Italian as much as we can. We go back to English when we like get lost, but we try to speak in Italian.
Of course. I mean, already to do like a mix, it's already something, eventually you will get there. Absolutely. And it's so nice that you didn't stick maybe with people coming from your same country, because not only, as you said, broadens your horizons, like in terms of culture, costumes, but also it maybe forces you just a tiny little bit more to try speaking Italian. So it's nice. And what about your apartment? I know that you decided to have a shared apartment. So how is it going there?
It's going great, actually. I don't have any roommates at this moment. I did when I first came, but not anymore. They moved back out. But that's okay. It gives me space and freedom to, for example, to try to cook by myself some Italian meals that I don't always do properly and not have to worry about like ruining somebody else's meal that I tried to cook for them.
No, I mean, as long as you're trying, everyone will always appreciate the effort. I'm sure 100%. I know Italians would. So really, no worries.
Good.
Give it your best shot, and also there, eventually it's gonna come. You have to still with your eyes, when you're going around. Or maybe ask for the recipes when you're going to a restaurant and you try
Yes.
something that you like. It's already a good way to also learn Italian, like to read
Yes.
recipes and like things that are very simple, list of ingredients and this kind of
Yes,
stuff.
exactly.
So, can you tell me, like, what does a typical week for you look like now that you're there in Salerno? Like, not only on like between classes and studying and exploring and like meeting new people, like how are you combining everything?
During the week, I like to study in the morning before I go into class, either my history or the language, and try to get just some more studying in. And then class, it's always great. And then meet up with my friends afterwards, maybe for dinner or just to walk around and explore Salerno a little bit more. And then on the weekends, I like to explore somewhere new. For example, I had said earlier, I've gone to Caserta and Napoli, and I plan to go to Pompeii and Amalfi.
Beautiful. Okay, so you're exploring all the southern part of Italy.
Yeah.
Do you think you're gonna move further, like center or north, or maybe go to Europe, or for now you're just taking it little by little?
I plan to go to Rome next month
Beautiful.
and explore it for a little while for the weekend. And I haven't quite decided, but I might go up to Switzerland to meet with my friend because she will be leaving before I am,
Okay.
and to explore
Nice. This is actually one of the best things from our programs. Even when we host the students' meetups, we have all the students that meet from different cities and they become friends. And basically, you then have friends in so many different parts of Italy, and you can go and stay for the weekend and sleep on their couch and just have the excuse to go find them. So it's always one of the most beautiful things that our students tell us, like, oh, I get to see other cities. And it's the same for the students at school. Like, if they are from places that you have never seen, it's just the perfect excuse to go and see something different. Very beautiful, very nice. Now I wanted to ask you some last questions more on your personal growth that came from this experience. So, has this experience been different in any way from what you were expecting? And if so, how?
I didn't really know what to expect in terms of like day to day, but I thought I would love it. I thought I would enjoy it, and so far I have. So I think it's meeting my expectations well.
So it's a match. Okay. And what about before arriving? Were you anxious? Were you nervous, excited, most nervous or most excited? What was going on in your mind?
Oh, I was so excited, but also nervous because I never, I hadn't been out of my country that much. I've been to Canada, but you don't have to go across an ocean to get to Canada from the United States. And it was so far away from everything that I was used to. I was so nervous, but also excited, and I couldn't wait to be here and see what it was really like.
And how is it going now? Are you like, do you find some time every day to speak with the people back home, with your family? How's it going?
I do. When I go to bed at night, they're getting up in the morning. So I call them before I go to sleep, right before they go to work, and it works out really well. And then day to day, it's just been good.
Nice. What has been the biggest challenge that you have faced there so far?
I think maybe adjusting to the daily culture of Italy, because it's so different from the daily life and daily culture of where I'm from. But now that I'm more used to it, I'm accustomed to it. I really enjoy it. I don't know how to explain. It's just easier going.
Okay, yeah, I wanted to understand, like, do you have some examples in what, like, in which way are the cultures so different for you, like, that you were struggling at the beginning?
I come from a small town back home, and so we're close, and most people know each other, but nobody like sits outside forever or walks around the town or the park, because you drive to your location and then you drive back. But here everybody walks and they eat dinner with their friends or get lunch. And yes, that happens back home, but I don't know, it's not quite like a part of the culture like it is here.
Mm-hmm. And how was that a challenge for you? Because I mean, I would expect like
Yeah.
excitement, kind of, to see people around with their dogs.
No, it certainly was, but when I first came here, I don't know, maybe it was like a lot, like kind of overwhelming.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so it was overwhelming for you.
Yes, and my new friends, like, oh, let's go do this, let's go do that. But I was like, oh, I don't know. But
okay, so you were used to a more quiet
yes,
style, let's say.
yes, I think that's a good way to say it. A little quieter, a little more solo, alone. But I like it here. I really enjoy it now, and I just wasn't used to. I don't know how to explain it. I'm sorry.
No, I can get that. I can get that. No worries, absolutely. So you're saying that now you are adjusting to that. So how is it going in general? Are you're like you're happy with your?
Yes, I am.
Okay, and I mean,
I enjoy now, like getting lunch after class or taking a walk with my friends, and it's different than what I'm used to, but I quite like it.
And I would say that this is the most important thing at the end of the day. So I'm very happy to hear that. How would you say that studying in Italy has changed your perspectives? Could be as a student, as an historian, or on a personal level?
I would say as a student, it probably so far has affected me the most, because I've always enjoyed learning and knowing new things. But here it's like amplified. Like I really want to know and I really want to learn. And so I study more and explore more, and just, I don't know, it's more than it was before. I've always enjoyed learning, but now I just feel like there's so much I can learn.
You're thrilled to go see, like to touch with your hands, like what really happened.
Yes.
So to put in practice
Yes.
what you're studying, basically.
Yes.
Nice. And on a personal level, because I mean, it's also the first time that you're living so far away from home, that you're maybe
Yes.
cooking your own meals, that you're trying to study a completely different language. So how's that making you feel? Are you proud of yourself for being on the other side of the world at such a young age?
I think so. That's a good way to say it. I am proud of how I've been able to do it and handle everything and be more independent, become more independent as I stay here, and I plan my own days and plan my own meals and shopping and everything. But I think so.
Okay, so are you enjoying this life, or do you miss, like, is there something that not something, I'm sure there's something. Are you missing something really a lot, or like, are you liking this new routine?
I really like this new routine, this new life I've got right now. I miss my family and my friends back home, but I still really enjoy it here, and I wouldn't have it any other way.
Nice. Are they coming to visit you? Is anyone coming?
My family is coming in a
Nice.
month, I think, so
Okay, so you'll see them soon.
I will.
And time is just going so fast when you're having fun.
It
So
is.
just focus on that and really make sure to take advantage of every moment.
Of
So,
course, yes.
can I ask you what is one moment in particular that you can think of during these months that made you think like, wow, I'm so glad that I did this?
I think every day I have a moment like that. But for an example, a couple weeks ago, I was down by the shore with one of my friends, and we were watching the sunset, and it was just so beautiful. And there's not an ocean where I live, and because I live inland, and the hills, and I don't know. I thought it was very beautiful, and then we were speaking in Italian to each other, and I was like, "Wow, I actually can say this." And I just felt so accomplished. I was like, I'm so glad I decided to do this.
So beautiful. Thanks for sharing it. Very beautiful. Like I can imagine, like I can picture this, and it makes me so happy for you. You have to be very proud of yourself.
Thank you.
So my $1 million question, would you do this again?
Yes, certainly I would.
Okay, straight to the point. I like it.
Sorry.
I have one last question for you, and thank you so much, really. Who would you recommend the study abroad program to?
Any young person just coming out of school that wants to experience a different part of the world, a different culture, a different life, and broaden their horizons. Out of high school, maybe taking a gap year in college or anything.
And what about the study abroad program? Like people that want to do it while they're earning credits just like you. Like, would you recommend such an experience? Or you think like, because you know, a lot of students often don't do study abroad programs because there's like, maybe they think that they would just fall behind, even though they're earning credits. But you know, some people are just scared maybe to take the leap. So would you recommend this?
It's definitely scary, especially if you haven't traveled so far before. But I would recommend it because it offers a whole different perspective that otherwise is really hard or impossible to get.
Okay, beautiful. Thank you so much, really. I don't know if like there's something that you want to add because I've asked you everything that I wanted to, but really like having in mind maybe other students that are like uncertain about whether to do this experience. Is there something that you would like to tell them? Also about credits, like something more practical, whatever that comes to your mind about the support, the school.
The experience is, I don't know, so enlightening in many different ways, but just practically on the friends you meet and the connections you make and whatever the field is that they're interested in, or if they just want to come to learn the language and experience it. You learn new skills and you learn more things about yourself because you're so independent now. Everything's so new. It's a great experience.
Okay, so you would recommend it in the end. Perfect. Okay. Thank you so much, really. It was so interesting speaking with you. I am really glad that you are enjoying your time in Salerno and especially that you're enjoying your classes because, of course, you're here for the growth and to broaden your horizons, but you're also here for your school and to earn the credits that you need to advance in your studies. So I'm really glad that you are enjoying this.
Thank you. Me too.
Thank you so much. Have a nice day.
You too.
Thank
Bye.
you.